Hello guys, Core Currency here, and I wanted to walk you through my week of AMD trades, what I like to call price wave theory. Now, I am not the creator of Power of Three, okay? It's something that I learned and in studying Michael Hutterson's ICT, 2022 model in 2024. I've taken some things from it and made it my own. So, I show these things on my Twitter, along with call outs, recaps, and exact price points that I expect price to go to. I'm going to show you how I go through that in my Monday to Friday recap. Okay, so I didn't mark up everything. It's my plan to explain this. I did just mark this up to do a thread on Twitter. So I'll just show you. I'll leave these here for now, but after the Tuesday one, I don't have it. So all right, Monday we have this gap up, and then an Asian session. Price is going between the high and the low, just accumulating. As you see, this is the high, this is the low here. All right. Now, towards the end of London session, we have this high. Okay, the manipulation leg starts, is breaking out of the Asian range. Okay, and then this is, a lot of people would see this as a soup, and you probably could have gotten this into as a soup. And it actually did come down enough for you to get out of the break even. But I like to wait for New York Open 9:30, because it usually likes to at least test the high or low once again. In this case, it actually broke the high. Okay, grab liquidity from that high and then started to go down. That's where I got in. I got into this trade anticipating price to target the Asian lows, which it did. Now, accumulation. The whole point of accumulation is to engineer liquidity. Okay, so grabbing liquidity from here and then getting into their contracts, driving price down to the sell side liquidity. Get into their contracts on the buy side, and they got out on the sell side. That's what happened on Monday. Okay, Tuesday. And also, this is just a simple, I call this a type A. Type A, you have type A, type B, type C. I'll get into that on another video. But type A is just manipulating to the high, distributing to the low. Just simple, okay? And it could be vice versa. If it manipulated to the low, then it and then it would distribute to the high, okay? It's as simple as that. This happens during time windows. Time is very important in these phases. Accumulation always starts in the Asian range. Manipulation always starts after Asian. Okay. However, it can, if it doesn't break out of the range, manipulation did not start yet. Sometimes, very seldom, but sometimes it'll wait until New York Open to do its manipulation leg, and that is type C. But like I said, I'll get into that in another video. Tuesday, okay, we have a tighter range here, trading between these high and a low. Okay, even though it broke out a little bit here, I would still call this, this is still Asian session. But now we have a proper manipulation leg to the downside. Boom. All right, it takes out yesterday's lows. Okay, and then come we had news at 8:30. Okay, so once again, just like Monday, it had a possible entry of a soup. You could have actually got over 100 points here. However, if you would have just waited for New York Open, you could have caught a 100-point move to the VWAP. Now, this is the trade that I entered. Okay, we did come down and not only retest but broke the lows just like we did on Monday. And then you could have rolled this up, anticipating, because my entries here is always based on the AMD outline, and it is an outline, okay, not an entry model, okay. But I entered this trade with a bullish bias because we had manipulation to the downside, and if manipulation is to the downside, that's so big money could distribute to the upside, okay, with the target being the Asian highs. So I got in here targeting the Asian highs, but I am not going to have price pass through the VWAP without taking profit. All right, so I took profit here, got stopped out of the rest at break even. Then come PM. Now, the only reason I traded PM, and I do not like to trade all day, the only reason I traded PM is because, I didn't get the whole move, so I need to make some more money. So after it broke out of the VWAP, retested, boom, I'm back in this, targeting what? Asian highs, and as you see, we got that here. Not only did it target the Asian highs, it also went to a VWAP, 15-minute fair value gap from Monday. Okay, now come to Wednesday. All right, Wednesday. Now we have I call this the type B price wave. So in this one we expanded to both sides. All right, now usually with the type B, the second leg of expansion, being the true manipulation leg, has deeper, it goes deeper into discount or premium. All right, so we just slightly break the highs here, and then boom, swing into the lows. All right, taking out some liquidity here, not in extremity, but taking out some liquidity. That's enough for me. And this is also called, as Michael Halving calls this, the Judas swing. All right, because the manipulation leg is already a fake out of distribution, but this is like a fake out of a fake out. All right, funny to say, but nonetheless, we came down here. Now this is 9:30 New York Open, and just like Tuesday, we're expecting it to distribute to the other side of the Asian range. All we got is up to the VWAP. And like I always say, do not let price go through the VWAP without you taking some type of profit. Okay. And as you see, it kind of stutters here. Good time to take some profit, bring stops to break even. Okay. And if I just, that's 40 points. All you really need is 10 or 20. But, with this outline, getting in towards the bottom, you always have a nice range of profitability to mess with. And then later on, once again, the PM session, I got into this trade as it cleared the VWAP, retested it. I get in here and anticipating it to target not only Asian highs here, but London highs, because Asian highs were taken out. So this was the next liquidity to that area. Okay. Now going to Thursday, an even tighter range of Asian range, okay, highs and lows. Now on Wednesday, I was up, so I said, hey, let's get a little risky. I saw a double attempt to go to break the Asian range. It didn't, as I saw it going towards the VWAP. I got into this trade for sales and anticipating that this would be the manipulation leg, and I just happened to be correct. I was, look, I don't go into trades expecting to always be right, but to me, it was very much worth the value. It wasn't much of a risk. The highs of this was just 20 points away for a 73 point gain. So I targeted 15-minute fair value gap from the previous day, and it went to that and way under. Okay, now I'm never afraid. Now that's the manipulation leg, not the true move that I always look for. Now always when we have a deep dive like this, let me just get the measuring tool right here. When we have a deep dive from this, and I'll just measure from the bottom of the Asian range, okay, we're talking about 350 points. When we have a deep dive like 350 points, I'm just looking for, I'm actually expecting even more of a rally, because if they want to manipulate down so much, that means they're usually preparing for an even bigger move. But it did, as you see, it did not play into the outline. And look, no strategy is 100%, but this just so happened to be the only day for the year thus far that the AMD model did not complete. The only day, okay? But I still made money here. As now let's just, if we measure this, I'll bring it back. If we measure up to the VWAP, we have 80 points. So I took some points there, and then I took some more off the table at 100 points. Okay, and as you see, the reason I really love this outline is now all the way to the top is 330 points. You know, you're a fool if you're going to hold 330 points without taking some profit off the table. And as I said, 10 to 20 points is enough. All right, but it all depends on how you size it with your trades. I size pretty small. I use micros because I worry about my risk. My risk is my bottom line. The profit would take care of itself. But anyway, I took some profit here as I'm going through VWAP, as I always do. Also at 100 points, I took some off the table. And honestly, as it curled back, I did leave one here where I did go back to break even, but I took most off the table as it went back to VWAP. Just as it did the previous day. I was expecting it maybe to attempt to hit Asian highs at in the afternoon, which it didn't. But I still made my money. All right. I also attempted another long here, but got stopped out, but still ended up in profit. Okay, and now we have the last day of the week, the big day, NFP day. Okay, so now look, this is 8:30. This is actually NFP. Now I did leave this here because I leave all my trades up, but this was not a live trade for me. Number one, I can't trade my prop firms on live, and I would never trade NFP on a live account. Okay, and as you see, how many points did this go down? This went down 45 points so that's about $900 on one mini, which is what I put up. I put up one micro, so I was in the negative almost $1,000, but I ended up in profit $2,200. Okay, with the eval, which I ended up passing by the end of that Friday. But what we have here, we have another. So it fails to break out here, then it breaks the lows. That's why I was anticipating NFP to be positive. And to be honest, yes, I follow this model, but look, I'll be a fool not to pay attention to fundamentals. All of the inflation releases, job reports have been positive. Like everything has been positive. Even if it goes up just to come down, just to like rebalance itself and come down, everything has been positive. So not only did it follow the AMD model, but it also followed the historic as of late, the fundamentals. Okay, so that's why I did that. And then come to the bottom, it came right back down. Not only retested, but it made new lows just to rebalance, to then redistribute it again up to the Asian highs. Okay, so I took full take profit there, 163 points, and I'm very confident on these trades just gonna go to my target, because like it does so often. You have to do your own data. All right, I even came back again for the PM session. All right, as I saw it took out lows here. Let's go a little back. Okay, let me just follow. I want to stay on the 2 minute. As you see, this liquidity grab was from far away. So, I really didn't want to get in. I didn't want to go to the higher time frame, but, I guess I have to. All right. It's the 4 hour. Bear with me. Okay, here. It's really these lows, but okay, it came to those lows. It was actually the hourly, but anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. All right, back to the 1 minute. Okay. Excuse, sometimes I can't navigate properly through trading view. But anyway, it took liquidity from the lows, all right, made it swing high, then came above the swing high. That's a market structure shift right here, especially when it does this key level, all right. A spike in volume comes here, creates a swing high. Now, it's ballsy to go here. You don't really want to go there, but it creates that, comes back around, all right, creates another it goes above the swing high. That's a market structure shift here. You have two different fair value gaps. It refused to come back down. I was waiting for it because it wasn't even 1 o'clock yet, but I ended up entering here as it dipped back, and to where none other than the VWAP 93 points. I like taking profit at 100 points, and I like taking profit at the VWAP. Okay, and it did go a little bit above the VWAP, came back down just before 1 p.m. All right, and then to go back not only to Asian highs again, but it finally took out the data highs. Okay, so the only day of the week, March 6th, and March 6th also happened to be when Trump was talking about the tariffs, which is the big trending topic right now, Trump tariffs. That could be a major reason why price continue to dip low on Thursday. But nonetheless, like I say, all strategies aren't 100%, but the AMD outline is the closest thing to it. Along with a good edge, it's even more important to have sound risk management. You guys have questions about risk management, give me a follow on I'm the Ring Maestro on Twitter, and give me a like and subscribe if you like content like this. All right, thank you guys.